If you've been following this show since our beginnings way back in 2025, then you know that I've done multiple segments on the truth about October 7th. For example, the fact that the Israeli government knew about the plan for October 7th a year beforehand, which was even reported on in the New York Times, despite them running propaganda cover for Israel's genocide like it's their job. It's their job. Oh, okay. That actually makes a lot more sense. On top of that, Israel, the most sophisticated surveillance country in the world, watched Hamas prepare for October 7th in broad daylight for weeks, if not months. Hamas posted it on Instagram. This is the worst kept secret since Joe Biden's dementia. No, he often walks backwards, staring into the sun and making walrus noises. That's how the president thinks about world issues. In fact, the so-called spotters who watch the Gaza border have testified that they were alerting their superiors for months that an attack was about to happen and no one did anything, almost as if the government wanted something to happen. On top of that, once Gazans broke out of their cage, why were they in a cage again? Certain factions of the IDF went about killing hundreds of their own people. Hundreds of innocent Israeli citizens were killed by their own military. In fact, the vast majority of the hundreds killed at the Nova Music Festival were killed by IDF helicopters. And that music festival was only moved to that location right by the Gaza border 2 days before the massacre. There's loads more evidence that the Israeli government both knew it was going to happen, let it happen, and then went about killing their own citizens so that they could turn around and say, Hamas killed 1,200 people. But it gets even better, or worse. Yeah, nothing gets better. It's just loads of awful. Video has come out of testimony from one of the IDF soldiers who was stationed near the Gaza wall on October 7th. And we here at the giant 400-person Unredacted Tonight team have double-checked that the translation of what he's saying in this testimony is accurate. The Hebrew you'll hear is the original, but the English you'll hear is an AI day laborer we found in a scrap heap and didn't pay a dime. Keep in mind while you listen to this that Hamas's initial attack on October 7th started at 6:30 a.m. So the official story is no one in Israel knew nothing until 6:30 a.m.
For us, October 7th starts before 6:30. I was a soldier in the mortar platoon of Golani Brigade's 13th Battalion. And that night, myself, my sergeant, may he rest in peace, the three of us were pulling an all-nighter. At 5:20 a.m., we're sitting by the radio so as not to wake the other radio operator. And my deputy battalion commander suddenly gets on the radio with a strange message. All stations. I don't know why, I don't know how. No patrol on the fence until 9 a.m.
What time was this?
5:20 in the morning.
They were told not to patrol the border fence between 5:20 and 9 a.m., the exact time Hamas was planning to attack. But in order for those directions to be given, his superiors would have to know Hamas's plan down to the hour, which how could they possibly do that except from Instagram? And B, his superiors would have to want to allow Hamas to attack. But that would be ridiculous. And I'm not going to believe anything like that until I hear the actual orders sent out over the radio that morning telling them to stand down until 9 a.m. And no one has that audio.
It's right here.
Okay, thanks, Gary. Let's play that.
All stations are to hold their positions. So in terms of ground forces in Oriv, we don't have anything significant. The brigade issued a directive for our forces, pending a situation assessment until 9 a.m. No vehicle is to approach Burma. I'll say it again, until 9 in the morning, pending the situation assessment, no vehicle is to go down to Burma. We're in rear staging areas, a brigade-level arrangement. I don't know exactly why.
I don't know why, but all units, just don't do your job for the next, 4 or 5 hours, no matter what you hear outside, all right? Do not go out there, because we don't want you getting hurt. doing your job, so just stay there. Don't do the thing you do. To sum up, this isn't the first evidence that Israel knew, allowed, fostered, and then exploited October 7th, even going so far as to kill hundreds of their own citizens. It's actually just a small piece of evidence in a giant pile indicating that's exactly what happened. Israel needed their own Pearl Harbor to achieve their expansionist aims. So they made sure it happened. And now they're guilty of the first live stream genocide in history. And about 95% of American media and American political leaders are just as guilty as they are.